Have you ever wondered why understanding global history is so crucial for our present and future? Global history, as a field of study, offers us a broad lens through which to view the world. It encourages us to step back from our immediate surroundings and consider the broader narratives of human experience. It's like stepping onto a mountaintop and taking in the breathtaking panorama of human triumphs, adversities, and the intricate dance of cultures and civilizations. Why do we need such a broad perspective? Well, for starters, it helps us understand the interconnectedness of our world. Every event, every decision, every triumph and tragedy in one part of the world can ripple out and influence others. Think of the spice trade of the Middle Ages that connected the East and West, or the world wars of the 20th century that reshaped political and social structures across the globe. These events, among many others, weren't isolated incidents. They were part of a larger, interconnected narrative of human history. Understanding this interconnectedness helps us make sense of the world today. It helps us see how the threads of history are woven into the fabric of our present. It's like a detective piecing together clues from the past to make sense of the present and predict future trends. Moreover, global history provides valuable insights into human behavior. By studying the past, we can identify patterns, themes, and trends that have repeated throughout history. These patterns can help us anticipate potential outcomes and inform our decisions, whether they're about international relations, economic policies, or even personal choices. However, understanding global history isn't just about learning facts and dates, it's about gaining a deeper appreciation for the richness and diversity of the human experience. It's about understanding the struggles and achievements of people from different cultures and times, and realizing that in many ways, their stories are our stories too. As the famous author George Santayana once said, "Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it." Now let's delve into the intriguing journey of global history. Global history didn't just pop into existence, it has a rich and captivating emergence story. Now, let's take a moment to journey back in time, to the early stages of global history. Its roots can be traced back to the works of ancient historians, where the first seeds of global perspective were sown. The concept of global history started to take shape with the contributions of key practitioners. One of the early contributors was Voltaire, a French philosopher who was renowned for his wit and his advocacy of civil liberties. He was a proponent of empirical evidence in history, arguing that history should tell the story of all nations. Next up, we have Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, a German philosopher who viewed history as a progression, a march of freedom. He believed that history was the unfolding story of human liberty and saw the state as the manifestation of freedom. Then, there's Karl Marx, a philosopher, economist, historian, sociologist, political theorist, journalist, and socialist revolutionary. Marx viewed history through the lens of class struggle, proposing that societal change comes about through the conflict between the ruling classes and the working classes. Oswald Spengler, a German historian and philosopher, considered history as a cyclical phenomenon. He proposed that societies, like biological organisms, have a life cycle, from birth to maturity to decline and death. And last, but certainly not least, we have Arnold J. Toynbee, a British historian whose 12-volume analysis of the rise and fall of civilizations, a study of history, is a monumental piece in the field of global history. Toynbee suggested that civilizations rise by responding successfully to challenges under leadership, and they break down when they fail to respond to new challenges. These great minds and many more laid the foundation for global history, paving the way for a more comprehensive understanding of our world. Each of them, with their unique perspectives, contributed to the emergence of global history, helping it evolve from a mere idea to a significant field of study. These great minds laid the foundation for global history, paving the way for a more comprehensive understanding of our world. From its emergence, global history has been a dynamic and ever-evolving field. Over the centuries, global history has undergone a fascinating evolution. It began as a mere curiosity, a desire to understand the broader context of our world. But as time passed, it developed into a systematic study, with scholars delving deep into the interconnectedness of historical events and civilizations. In the early days, historians focused on chronicles and narratives of individual nations. They pieced together stories from disparate sources, creating a patchwork of history that was both intriguing and incomplete. But as our understanding of the world grew, so did our approach to its history. The focus shifted from isolated narratives to a more holistic view, one that considered the broader context of events and their global impact. This shift was not a sudden change, but a gradual evolution. It was driven by the work of leading practitioners like Voltaire, Hegel, Karl Marx, Oswald Spengler, and Arnold J. Toynbee. They challenged the traditional approach to history, advocating for a global perspective that encompassed the entire human experience. Their work laid the foundation for the modern practice of global history. Today, historians dig deep into the past, tracing the threads of history that span continents and millennia. They study patterns and trends, looking for commonalities and divergences that reveal the complex web of human existence. This shift in approach has not been without its challenges. The sheer scope of global history can be daunting, requiring historians to master a vast array of knowledge. But it has also opened up new avenues of exploration, sparking a growing interest in the field. The evolution of global history has also been shaped by the technological advancements of the modern age. The advent of the internet and digital archives has made vast amounts of historical data accessible to researchers around the globe, further fueling the growth of this field. In essence, the evolution of global history has been a journey of discovery. It has transformed our understanding of the past, shedding light on the interconnected nature of our world. This evolution has made global history a vibrant field, capturing the attention of scholars around the world. The 20th century was a turning point for global history, marking its rise as a prominent field of study. This was a time of great change and upheaval, with world wars, decolonization, and the rise of new superpowers reshaping the global landscape. Such dramatic shifts on the world stage sparked an increased interest in understanding history from a global perspective, rather than through the lens of individual nations or civilizations. One of the key events that fueled this surge of interest was the First World War. As nations across the globe were drawn into this cataclysmic conflict, it became clear that the world was more interconnected than ever before. The war's devastating impact led many to question the traditional narratives of history and seek a broader understanding of global dynamics. The Second World War, and the subsequent Cold War, further underscored the need for a global perspective. These events highlighted the interconnected nature of global politics, economics, and culture, prompting scholars to explore history from a more holistic viewpoint. Throughout the 20th century, several scholars led the way in shaping global history as a field of study. Among them were Oswald Spengler, whose work, The Decline of the West, offered a sweeping analysis of world history, and Arnold J. Toynbee, whose monumental A Study of History examined the rise and fall of civilizations in a global context. These scholars and many others helped to establish global history as a serious academic discipline, challenging the conventional wisdom and offering new insights into the interconnectedness of the world. Their work laid the foundation for the study of global history as we know it today, encouraging scholars to cross boundaries and explore the complex web of relationships that shape our world. As we reflect on the 20th century, we see a time of profound change and transformation. It was a period that challenged our understanding of the world and our place in it, prompting us to seek new ways of understanding and interpreting history. It was in the 20th century that global history truly came into its own, offering profound insights into the world we live in. Fast forward to today, and global history continues to shape our understanding of the world. We've come a long way from the pioneering works of Voltaire, Hegel, Marx, Spengler, and Toynbee. It's a vibrant, ever-evolving field that is more relevant than ever in this interconnected world. Today, global history is not just a subject in a classroom. It's a lens through which we view our world, informing our perspectives on politics, economics, culture, and more. It's the story of humanity writ large across continents and centuries, and it influences how we think about the future by giving us context for the present. In the realm of politics, global history offers insight into the rise and fall of empires, the formation of nations, and the evolution of political systems. It helps us understand the roots of contemporary conflicts and the historical ties that bind nations together. In economics, an understanding of global history illuminates the historical patterns of trade and commerce, the rise of capitalism, and the impacts of industrialization. It provides a backdrop for understanding today's economic challenges and opportunities. Culture, too, is deeply influenced by global history. From art and literature to food and fashion, global history reveals the interplay of cultures and the ways in which our diverse world has been shaped by centuries of exchange and interaction. Educationally, Global history provides a broader perspective, fostering an understanding of the interconnectedness of our world. It encourages critical thinking and promotes empathy, as we learn about diverse cultures, experiences, and historical events. It's important to remember that global history is not static. It's a dynamic field, constantly enriched by new research, fresh perspectives, and ongoing debates. Scholars continue to delve into historical records, archaeological sites, and oral histories to bring new insights to our understanding of the world. As we stand on the shoulders of the great historians who have come before us, we continue to explore global history, unraveling the fascinating story of our world.